Let's cross to Canberra now and catch up with Liberal Senator Dave Sharma. Dave, thanks for joining me. What kind of a person do you think Lidia Thorpe is?
Well, I think she's someone who's abused the trust of the Australians who put her there. I mean, all of us elected representatives should be mindful that we're discharging a duty on behalf of the Australian people, and I think they're entitled to expect a modicum of decency, civility, high standards of behaviour. And, you know, that's what she grossly failed at during the King Charles reception, and it's right that the Senate censured her. But I think we should all remind ourselves that, you know, to be here is a privileged role, and we should be thankful for that every day, I think. She doesn't often behave that way.
Well, she's got such form. She's abusive publicly. She's abusive in the Senate. She's foul-mouthed. She's aggressive. She just abuses a range of people. Yet the Senate can't do anything about her. She doesn't face voters. She wasn't really directly voted in. She came in under the Greens banner. It kind of exposes problems with the system, doesn't it? I mean, it's voters who she should be accountable for too, but that won't happen until the next election cycle.
That's right. Look, she won't be accountable to the voters till 2028. And we have this, you know, it's happened a number of times now, including on, you know, the right side of politics as well as the left, where senators who are elected under a party banner, and, you know, as highly as they might think of themselves, they would never have been elected on the recognition of their own name alone. They've been elected as a member of a party. They then turn tail on the party and decide they're going to differentiate themselves against the party. They often end up becoming caricatures, you know, like Lidia Thorpe, always seeking out media attention and profile because that's their only hope of getting elected the next time round. It usually ends in failure, but yes, in the meantime, we all have to put up with it, and it's a pretty unedifying spectacle, I agree.
Now, we're seeing the end of Christmas down in Melbourne with the protests sort of kiboshing the opening up of a really great Christmas family celebration that Maya has done for so many years. But isn't this indicative, as I said at the opening of the program, that we've got state governments and their police forces not clamping down on these protesters? So instead of the protesters' rights being limited to having a protest in a certain area or in a certain peaceful way, it's actually other people who are having their liberties infringed upon because they're intimidated by the protesters.
That's exactly right, Chris. I mean, these protests have been going on now in Melbourne and Sydney CBDs every Sunday for well over a year, or nearly every Sunday. And they do so, they disrupt all the businesses in the CBD, they deter a whole lot of people from coming to the CBD because they fear for their lives. You can't cross the road, there's hundreds of police employed. They're all infringing on our rights, and now they've taken the next obvious step and decided that a small minority is going to be allowed to cancel Christmas for the vast majority of Australians who would like to enjoy the Maya, you know, window displays of Christmas. I mean, it's preposterous, but it shows you how by failing to check this movement in its infancy, we've allowed it to grow and expand until its demands are just so ludicrous that it's almost a caricature now.